Yeah, I want to get this out for Ebola from conspiracy land, more or less. But, well, sometimes some things are a little too odd or coincidental to be ignored. How's that? Now, I'm going to tell you flat out, I'm going to try to work very hard on this type of stuff, but I'm not going to, well, I think I'm going to work as harder than even Alex Jones, but I don't have his support team and budget and all that type of stuff. But I'm not going to put anything out in the same way he does, where he's panicking the hell out of people and keeps you on the edge of the seat for fear and all that kind of garbage. But, and I'm also going to put out a mixture of other things besides, because keeping a good positive attitude and not worrying about every little thing every 2 seconds is very helpful in itself. But anyway, this actually, from conspiracy land, this is a pretty damn good one. And it gives you pause to think about, you know, hey, well, first off, a lot of times I do think some of these major outbreaks of viruses that the World Health Organization gets involved in are conspiracies. They're probably coming from the military, or probably depopulation plans or something. That's my suspicion. Okay, so maybe I'm conspiratorial or whatever. But I don't think everything is, but some things I think are. Well, anyway, in a 1995 movie, Outbreak, where they named it was Outbreak, about a virus, right? It was called, they named the virus Motaba, M-O-T-A-B-A. But when you reverse the name, it's Abatom. And you're thinking, what the hell is Abatom? Well, Abatom is a small privately owned think tank located in Jericho, Ibadan, which is right smack in the middle of Africa, where all these outbreaks are occurring for Ebola. It's kind of interesting in itself, isn't it? So if you spell the name for the virus backwards, that's the think tank that is in Jericho, in Ibadan, in Africa, where the middle of the outbreak for the Ebola virus comes from. So it's also been taken over the for the HIV, AIDS pandemic, and all that type of stuff. Now, there's also been a number of things where Russian scientists who actually thought where it was alleged that they came up with vaccines that were executed or killed or something. I don't know if that's true or not, if that can be proven or not. But we do know that that plane that was over Ukraine, that was shot down about a month ago, I guess in July of 2014, that plane, I know maybe it wasn't 100 of top AIDS, HIV researchers, but there was many. I mean, I don't know what the exact number was, but there was many. There was many. Because they said there probably was the cure for HIV on that plane, maybe. You know, it could have been. It could have been. So it's interesting that the movie, the 1995 movie, Outbreak, the virus that was named in that movie was Motaba, M-O-T-A-B-A, and if you spell that backwards, A-B-A-T-O-M, you got Abatom, which is the privately owned think tank, which is right in the smack in the middle where they're researching on this Ebola virus. So, anyway, you know, I thought that was pretty damn interesting in itself, because I'm beginning to wonder about this deal, because, and, you know, like, there's always that stuff where they say they give you hints as to what they're doing. Maybe that's what that is, you know. I don't know. That's pretty freaky coincidence, isn't it? You know? Now, I want to try to give you something straight up. Not that I think vitamin C tablets will conquer all viruses, because you can't get enough of it in your body. But it's been shown where even top doctors and stuff, they had, what is it? I mean, it's not every single doctor that says this, but they say that viruses can actually be, all viruses can be combated by, you know, large massive doses of intravenous vitamin C, not oral, because you can't get enough of it. Now, liposomol, where it's encapsulated in the lecithin, maybe, I don't know. You know, sometimes some people are saying it's stronger. I did a video on that. I don't know if it's stronger, you know. And it's like, I don't even know. I can't say for a fact that vitamin C will conquer every virus, but there's some very, very smart doctors that have, you know, like Dr. Linus Pauling. You know, he was shown that it really conquered cancer and even the HIV virus. It knocked it down by 99% if it was given in large doses by intravenous. Now, supposedly that's the big #1 treatment that should be for Ebola. Actually, they say, from the best information I have, and this is from the doctors, the top doctors, not just some alternative people or something. They're saying that intravenous vitamin C will pretty much fight any virus, period, bar none, all of them. You got to have enough of it in the bloodstream, and you got to keep giving it. Now, I know that's per Dr. Linus Pauling, also about with intravenous vitamin C. He was a 2-time Nobel Peace Prize winner. I mean, he's not some idiot, okay? It's what he stated. He's one of the top ones around. It probably is a cure, maybe, Maybe it is a cure for a lot of this stuff, and they don't want you to know about it. Maybe it's something simple, right? But I do find it highly, highly, highly interesting. That's a little bit of a very weird thing. That in 1995 movie, Outbreak, the name of the virus was Motaba. Spell it backwards, and you got this name of this privately owned think tank located in Jericho, Ibadan, right in the middle where the Ebola virus has been outbreaking. Now, I know with the HIV virus, they blamed it on the green monkey. There's been green monkeys been biting freaking people in Africa for centuries, right? I mean, not that it happens every day, but actually, that virus started in the city. It didn't even come from the jungles where people were working with the green monkey or eating green monkey meat or some garbage where they could have got eaten or could have got bitten by a green monkey and got infected. No, it actually started in the city where they're giving the vaccines. That was another thing too. So, and there's, I don't want to get into all this conspiracy stuff because it's I can't prove it, but there's been noted that there's been other stories that there were Russian scientists that were actually killed that allegedly had the cure for this stuff. I know one thing, I'm supposed to be related to this guy, Robert Vesco, from way back, the big infamous Robert Vesco. He actually said he had a cure for that stuff back in, I think it was in the 80s or something like that. He was going to bring it over. I don't know if that was BS, because that guy was kind of a wheeler dealer to the max, But that would have been interesting if it was true. It could have been true. Who the hell knows? Maybe it was true. Robert Vesco, he said he had, supposedly related to him. One of my relatives used to keep in contact with him when he was down in Cuba or something like that. Just call him up every once. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I was told. I was told this many years, many decades in a row. So I don't know. I never talked to the guy, but I remember he was one that had a supposed cure for HIV way back. But I think that was another depopulation plan thing. And, where it was administered mainly in Africa, right? That's where it was mainly administered. Where the hell does Ebola come from? Africa, right? Vaccines. Bill Gates, right? I don't know. I don't know what the hell to tell you. I can't prove it. But the only thing I could think of is that what's probably solid is probably that intravenous vitamin C. That would work against any virus. It's probably solid because it's coming from the best of the best. Not just Dr. Linus Pauling, but other top doctors that have succeeded him. And the one that refuted it was the Mayo Clinic way back when, but they were using oral vitamin C. That's not the same thing. Now, maybe, I don't know if this is true because there's a lot of alleged statements out. There's a lot of statements out there saying that liposomol vitamin C is even better than IV vitamin C. I don't know if that's true or not. I think it might be true because I did a video on that trying to follow the common sense logic to it because they were saying that liposomol vitamin C was not raising the vitamin C levels in the blood that much. And I was thinking, well, maybe that's because it's still encapsulated in a little liposomol ball, right? Maybe that's why, right? And then eventually it gets in the body, though. It still does its thing. Anyway, this looks like a conspiracy for real because, it's one of those drama things, but it's probably real. 1995 movie, Outbreak, right? Where they said, Outbreak, big panic, virus was taking over the world, was killing everybody, Outbreak, right? The name of the virus was Motaba. You spell it backwards, it's Abatom, which is the small privately owned think tank. Privately owned think tank. Somebody with big bucks funds these guys, which is located in Jericho, Abadan, right smack in the middle of Africa where the outbreak has started. That's a pretty freaky coincidence, in my opinion. But I don't know what the hell. I can't prove it, but that's a freaky coincidence. So not too many people know that. I don't know if it's if you can make something out of it, but it's just too freaky. That's all I can say. It is. It's pretty freaky. Anyway, over and out.